time when the world was still young, a celestial stone lay hidden atop a towering mountain. The stone was no ordinary creation of nature. It was imbued with the essence of the cosmos, waiting patiently for the moment to awaken and give life to a being destined for great adventure. After centuries of silence, a crack appeared, and from within the stone emerged Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. His form shimmered with celestial light, vibrant and full of mischief. Born from rock and magic, he possessed strength unlike any other, his spirit wild and untamed. He learned to navigate his vibrant surroundings. Wukong displayed an insatiable thirst for knowledge and power. He wandered through sun-drenched forests and steep cliffs, encountering various creatures, each amazed by his agility and strength. However, the most pivotal moment in his early life occurred when he crossed paths with a revered Taoist master. This wise elder recognized the potential that bubbled beneath Wukong's playful exterior. Under the master's guidance, he delved into the mysteries of martial arts and sorcery, mastering skills that allowed him to wield formidable magic. The lessons came swiftly, each night filled with the rhythm of rigorous training, and every dawn painted with the color of budding abilities. His reputation soon bloomed into legend. Stories of his exploits echoed through the lands, tales of a monkey with a heart full of rebellion and a mind sharp as a razor. Over time, this admiration began to transform into arrogance. The curious monkey now felt invincible, as if he were on par with the gods. His fervor to prove his superiority, Wukong decided to declare himself the great sage, equal to heaven. With a flourish, he summoned forth incredible winds and challenged the celestial beings. The heavens quaked with laughter, or perhaps unease, at the audacity of this little monkey. Clouds darkened as Wukong leaped through the skies, creating chaos that rippled through the fabric of the cosmos. The gods convened to capture this rebellious spirit. Wukong danced through their ranks, dodging their wrath with grace. His strength knew no bounds, and with his magical staff, he swung triumphantly against any celestial guard that dared approach. However, as the night wore on, it became clear that even the fiercest of warriors could not withstand the nature of the divine forever. A quiet figure stepped forward, ancient and wise. Buddha, his presence enveloped in calmness. His laughter faded into an uneasy silence. A moment of profound humility and realization. The Monkey King learned that such power must come with respect for the balance of the universe. The winds howled around him. He felt the weight of consequence descend like a heavy cloak. At the flick of Buddha's finger, Wukong found himself trapped under the mighty Five Elements mountain, a punishment for his hubris. Days turned into years beneath that mountain, as the once vibrant spirit of the Monkey King grew restless and contemplative. World above continued its dance of light and shadow. Wukong reflected on his actions and the path that had led him to this solitude. Laughter faded to whispers, and the thrill of rebellion transformed into a yearning for redemption. This imprisonment, Wukong's heart began to soften, awakening to the realization that strength was not merely a display of power, but a journey toward understanding. He nestled beneath the mountain, the winds of fate stirred, and he knew deep in his heart that his story was far from over. There awaited him one that would lead him to allies and trials beyond his wildest dreams. The sun began to rise, casting golden rays over the tranquil landscape. Xuanzang and Sun Wukong set off along the winding path toward the west. A journey had just begun, and both were filled with anticipation. Xuanzang, with a heart full of purpose, led the way, while Wukong, glancing at the monk with both admiration and mischief, couldn't help but plan their route filled with potential adventures. They traveled deeper into the wilderness. They soon came upon a dense grove filled with the fragrant aroma of blooming flowers. It was a deceptive peace. Before long, they were ambushed by a fierce band of demons who emerged from behind the trees, eyes glinting with malice. These demons sought to capture the monk, believing that consuming his spirit would grant them unimaginable power. They charged forward, their movements swift and agile, but Wukong wasn't intimidated. He leaped into action, embodying the strength of 1,000 warriors. At the flurry of movements, he wielded his magical staff, the rudi jingu bang stretching and shrinking it with ease. The demons, caught off guard, found themselves battling an opponent far beyond their wildest nightmares. A dramatic display of power, Wukong swiftly defeated the first wave of attackers, showcasing the impressive skills he had honed over the years. The air crackled with energy as he swung his staff, sending the demons flying into the underbrush. Xuanzang watched in awe, his heart swelling with gratitude and respect for the formidable creature protecting him. Amidst the chaos, Wukong felt a moment of vulnerability. He sensed the lingering remnants of the rebellious spirit that once led him to defy the heavens, and he was determined to quell it. He fought not just to maintain their journey, but to prove that he was more than just a relentless fighter, that he could channel his strength towards something greater. Together, they managed to repel the ambush, leaving the demons fleeing back into the shadows of the trees. Xuanzang turned to Wukong, acknowledging the bravery and skill that had ensured their safety. He felt a deep connection growing between them, a burgeoning bond built on trust and mutual respect. They continued down the path. Xuanzang spoke softly, sharing stories of his mission and the scriptures he sought. He spoke of compassion, enlightenment, and the importance of understanding one's place in the world. Wukong listened intently, absorbing every word. For the first time in a long while, he felt a sense of purpose welling up inside him, a desire to protect not just Xuanzang, but also the ideals he represented. The sun began to dip low in the sky, casting long shadows across the ground. The two of them found a quiet spot beneath an ancient tree to rest. They sat in silence, their breaths calming in the stillness, and couldn't help but marvel at how much had changed since he had been released from the mountain. Here, with Xuanzang, he felt as though he was becoming the hero he had long aspired to be. Night enveloped the forest, the air filled with the soft sounds of nature, and the first stars blinked into existence above them. Tired but content, Wukong realized that this journey together was only just beginning, filled with challenges that would test their strength and resilience, yet also solidify their bond and purpose. In that moment of tranquility, beneath the shining stars, they both understood an unspoken truth. Paths had converged in an unexpected way. Together they would face whatever lay ahead, courage in their hearts and friendship guiding their way. The bond between Sun Wukong and Xuanzang deepened as they ventured through the vastness of the mystical world. With each passing day, they encountered new wonders and dangers that tested their resolve. Little did they know that dark forces loomed near, eager to disrupt their sacred journey. Fateful afternoon, as the sun cast gentle rays upon the earth, they came upon a serene glade. The air was thick with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, inviting them to rest. But tranquility was a fleeting illusion, for lurking in the shadows was the cunning white-bone demon. Master of disguise, she saw Xuanzang's innocent heart and set her wicked plans into motion. Disguised as a beautiful maiden, the demon approached the unsuspecting travelers. Wukong, ever watchful, sensed something amiss. There was an unsettling energy that surrounded the maiden, a flickering of shadows where light should be pure. He warned Xuanzang of the deceit lingering in her smile, his instincts screaming that danger was near. But Xuanzang, filled with compassion, could only see the beauty before him. Struggling to convince his companion of the threat, Wukong felt frustration build within him. The heart of their mission was to protect Xuanzang, yet here he was, trapped in a dance of confusion. His loyalty compelled him to remain by Xuanzang's side, even as the demon wrapped her deceitful charms around them. Watched in silence, heart heavy with dread, as the demon coiled around his friend, seeking to ensnare him in her dark intentions. Dusk began to envelop the glade. The white-bone demon revealed her true form, her beauty melting away to expose the sinister visage beneath. With a mocking laugh, she lunged for Xuanzang, eager to consume his essence. A flurry of rage and desperation, Wukong sprang into action. His staff twirled through the air as he confronted the demon with fierce determination, but as blows were exchanged, he could not shake the feeling of failure that gnawed at him. With the clash of magic and might echoing in the glade, their struggle turned into chaos. A moment of confusion. Xuanzang believed that Wukong had lost sight of compassion in the heat of battle. Misunderstanding his intentions, he cast Wukong away, thinking that the monkey was the real threat. Heartbroken, Wukong retreated into the depths of the shadowy woods, feelings of betrayal mingling with despair. The night draped a velvet cloak over the land. Wukong wandered through the silence. His solitude, he sought to understand the decisions that had driven a wedge between him and Xuanzang. The unbreakable bond that had begun to flourish felt shattered, leaving him alone beneath the endless night. In that darkness, a flicker of resolve ignited within him. He could not abandon Xuanzang in his time of need. With newfound determination, Wukong returned to face the white-boned demon. A battle raged anew, fierce winds echoing his frustration and fury, as he fought with every ounce of strength to reach the monk before it was too late. The ground trembled, and the glade illuminated with flashes of magic as the two combatants clashed. The climax of the battle, Wukong's unwavering spirit broke through the demon's defenses, and with a final strike, he saved Xuanzang from the clutches of darkness. As the dust settled, the dawn began to break, casting warm light over the scene. Xuanzang, shaken and bewildered, recognized the truth in Wukong's actions, a realization sparked within his heart. A moment filled with deep gratitude, Xuanzang embraced Wukong, their spirits intertwining once more. Whispers of forgiveness filled the air as understanding blossomed between them. With the threat of the white-boned demon vanquished, the journey ahead looked promising. Together, they would continue on their sacred pilgrimage, bound by the trials they had faced, ready to confront whatever darker forces awaited them on the horizon. Adversity, their friendship had blossomed anew, stronger and more resilient than ever before. Their journey continued. A foreboding presence began to ripple through the air, whispering promises of trials yet to come. And Xuanzang ventured into uncharted territories, teetering on the brink of confrontation with forces that sought to disrupt their sacred mission. Twilight evening, they arrived at a lush valley, an enchanting realm that seemed to thrive under the watchful gaze of a full moon. A landscape appeared serene, but Wukong's instincts stirred with unease. Shadows danced along the edges of their vision, hinting at deeper secrets hidden within the velvet darkness. They tread cautiously through the vibrant foliage. A sinister figure emerged from the underbrush. A white-boned demon, a cunning creature known for her deceptive beauty, had set her sights on the monk. He approached with a guise of innocence, offering sweet words that wound around Xuanzang's heart, stirring his kindness into a web of vulnerability. Observed every movement, his sharp gaze catching the subtle flicker of malice hidden beneath the surface. Xuanzang was mesmerized by the demon's charm. Wukong felt the surge of danger pulse around them like an electric current. He sensed that her honeyed words were laced with treachery, and his protective instincts flared like a beacon. Despite his warnings echoing through the air, Xuanzang's compassionate heart struggled to dismiss the creature's allure. The demon promised him guidance and enlightenment, adding to the confusion in Xuanzang's mind. That moment, a shadow of doubt crept into Wukong's heart, and he faced the frustrating realization that this guardian role was a delicate balance between wisdom and strength. A white-boned demon, sensing the shift in atmosphere, advanced closer to Xuanzang. He attempted to ensnare him with her gentle demeanor and soft-spoken lies. And that Wukong found himself at a crossroads. Could he be both protector and friend? Or would he be too late to save his companion from the seductive embrace of deceit? In a surge of courage, Wukong called out, expressing his deep concerns about the demon's true nature. He implored Xuanzang to see beyond the surface, to listen to his inner voice that echoed warnings of the impending danger. Yet, caught in a web spun from compassion and trust, Xuanzang felt torn. His heart resisted the notion that anything could harm him in such a compelling guise. The tension escalated as the white-boned demon grew frustrated with Wukong's interference. At the flick of her wrist, she transformed her appearance, revealing her true, ghastly form, a grotesque figure that was far removed from the fragile beauty that had drawn Xuanzang in. That horrifying moment, realization dawned upon Xuanzang like a blinding light. A danger was real, and the demons were not just figments of his imagination. With a gasp, he turned to Wukong, a mixture of fear and admiration swirling within him. Wukong had seen through the deception, risking their journey to protect him. Ventured so far, and the last thing he wanted was to be but another sacrifice on this perilous path. With renewed determination, Wukong boldly leaped into the fray, wielding his magical staff with fierce precision against the white-bone demon. Their clash was fierce, echoing through the valley, accompanied by the fierce winds of battle. Xuanzang watched in awe as Wukong's strength shone brightly, dispelling the darkness that clung to the valley like a shroud. Though the demons struck back with cunning attacks, Wukong's focus and agility enabled him to counter every move. Dance of strength and wit, a performance of resilience that showcased not just his power, but his growth as a guardian and a friend. The battle raged on. Xuanzang's heart surged with pride for the monkey who had stood by him, willing to risk everything to keep him safe. With each swing of Wukong's staff, he felt the weight of their journey collide with the echoes of kindness that had nurtured their bond. Finally, with one decisive blow, Wukong sent the white-bone demon reeling back into the shadows, her deceptive whispers replaced by fearful cries that faded into silence. A valley, once shrouded in malice, glimmered under the moonlight, a testament to their triumph. In the aftermath, Xuanzang approached Wukong, his eyes filled with gratitude and newfound respect. Their friendship had weathered the storm, and together they emerged stronger, forged in the fires of adversity. With the specter of danger behind them, they vowed to trust one another more deeply as they ventured onward. A moon bathed them in a gentle glow, and as they prepared to rest for the night, they could sense the shift in their journey. It had been solidified, a promise woven between two souls walking different paths yet driven by the same goal, the pursuit of truth, kindness, and a shared destiny. The warmth of their friendship, they fell into a peaceful slumber, knowing they would face whatever challenges lay ahead together, their hearts intertwined like the stars adorning the night sky. The sun rose higher in the sky, illuminating the path ahead. Sun Wukong and Xuanzang stepped forward with renewed purpose. Their bond had been tested, scarred by doubt and misunderstanding, yet it emerged stronger under the light of compassion and forgiveness. With each step, they felt the weight of their shared journey, a pilgrimage not just to retrieve sacred texts, but also to explore the depths of courage and humility within their souls. They traveled through vast golden plains and winding rivers, often stopping to share tales of their past. Xuanzang spoke of his journey as a monk, his devotion to the teachings of compassion and enlightenment. Each word painted vivid pictures of the scriptures he sought to uncover, tales of enlightenment where love conquered darkness. Listened intently, absorbing the wisdom of his companion, the teachings stirring something deep within him, compelling his spirit toward gentler shores. The days unfolded. The duo faced many trials challenging the whims of nature, traversing treacherous mountains, and navigating dense forests cloaked in mystery. Even amidst the trials, they often found moments of levity, a bountiful meal shared beside a flowing stream or laughter echoing through the vibrant landscape, as Wukong showcased his mischievous tricks, captivating the hearts of any creature that crossed their path. However, lurking just beyond the horizon was a formidable threat, the Bull Demon King. His insatiable hunger and thirst for power spread quickly, a shadow that darkened their journey. He felt a familiar surge of defiance rise within him, a fire igniting as they braced for the encounter that loomed ahead. Yet, with every flicker of fury, he reminded himself of the importance of restraint and the lesson learned from his past. Upon reaching the Bull Demon King's lair, nestled within dark caves and surrounded by fearsome minions, the atmosphere thickened with tension. The moment they crossed the threshold, the dark energy swirling around the caves intensified. The Bull Demon King awaited them, a massive figure, an embodiment of strength, adorned with armor gleaming like obsidian, his eyes ablaze with malice. He laughed mockingly at their arrival, his voice reverberating through the cavern. He felt the weight of pride resting heavily on his shoulders, a flicker of the past echoing in his mind. Xuanzang, resolute, stepped forward, embodying the bravery that challenged the demon's bravado. He spoke not with arrogance, but with unwavering faith, urging the bull demon king to reconsider his path of destruction and embrace the light instead. The demon's rage ignited, and the battle commenced. His heart raced as he leaped forward, the Ruyi Jingu bang in hand, expanding and contracting with every swing. A clash echoed through the cave, reverberating like thunder. He dodged and weaved through the demon's powerful strikes, remembering the importance of strategy over brute force. Each blow he landed not only proved his strength, but showcased the growth of his spirit, a true warrior guided by the compassion he had learned from Xuanzang. The battle raged on. Wukong caught glimpses of Xuanzang's determination, his calmness amidst chaos serving as a beacon of hope. That moment, Wukong understood the essence of their friendship, an unbreakable bond formed through trials and trials of heart. Together, they fought not just for survival, but for the ideals they revered. A climactic moment, Wukong unleashed a brilliant maneuver, redirecting the Bull Demon King's own strength against him. With a swift strike, he sent the demon crashing to the ground, a testament to the balance between power and wisdom they had cultivated in their time together. The dust settled, and the echoes of the battle faded into silence. The Bull Demon King lay defeated, the darkness within him dissipating. In his final moments, he felt the weight of revelation. Perhaps redemption, like a tender flower, could begin to bloom even in the darkest of hearts. Xuanzang stepped forward, extending a hand of compassion towards the fallen demon. With his voice steady, he offered forgiveness, a chance to turn away from the darkness and embrace a path of light. Watched as the Bull Demon King, once shrouded in malice, began to grasp the meaning of mercy and compassion. Threat vanquished and their spirits emboldened, Wukong and Xuanzang resumed their journey, their hearts lifted. They ventured forth into the dawn of a new day, no longer burdened by doubt, but strengthened by the trials they had faced together. This journey, woven with the threads of victory and understanding, continued to shape them into allies forged in purpose, united in the pursuit of a sacred mission, and a deeper bond that transcended the realms of heaven and earth. They walked, the world around them blossomed with possibility, waiting to unveil the treasures of wisdom and love that awaited them on their path to the west. The heart of the enchanted valley, the air shimmered with magic and the promise of the unknown. Wukong and Xuanzang stood side by side, their spirits soaring after vanquishing the cunning white-bone demon. They had emerged victorious, but as the sun began its descent, a sense of foreboding hung over them. The deeper they ventured into their journey, the more they sensed the darkness lurking just beyond the horizon, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The golden light faded into hues of violet and indigo. The duo found themselves in a labyrinth of ancient trees. A thick canopy above filtered the fading light, casting long shadows that twisted and turned in unsettling ways. He felt the heightened intensity in the air, a silent call to prepare for the challenges that loomed ahead. Xuanzang walked resolutely beside him, his aura unyielding, his mission fueling his every step. Without warning, the tranquility shattered as the ground trembled beneath them. From the shadows emerged the Bull Demon King, a figure of ferocity, muscles rippling, eyes blazing with malice. Of his formidable strength had sounded across the realms, whispering tales of his conquest and tyranny. The challenge was set. The Bull Demon King sought to thwart their sacred pilgrimage, driven by a thirst for chaos and conquest. The wilderness felt heavy as the Bull Demon King issued an ultimatum: surrender to his will or face annihilation. His pulse quickened, confrontations were etched into his fate, yet the weight of responsibility pressed upon him more than ever. He glanced at Xuanzang, seeing the determination in the monk's gaze, which ignited fire within his spirit. With a fierce battle cry, the Bull Demon King lunged forward, the ground cracking beneath his powerful strides. He leapt into action, summoning every ounce of agility and strength he had honed throughout his journey. They danced through the chaos, each movement precise and calculated, embodying the very essence of their shared purpose. He wielded his staff with grace, each strike a testament to his growth. The Ruyi Jingu Bang became an extension of his being, effortlessly shifting size and form, mesmerizing both friend and foe. A clashing of their wills echoed through the valley, magic crackling in the air like thunder. Wukong clashed with the bull demon king. He listened deep within himself, aligning with the teachings of compassion and balance imparted by Xuanzang. Not merely a struggle for survival. This battle was a reflection of their journey, the merging of strength and wisdom that pulsed in their hearts. Each moment was a test, as the demon retaliated with brute force. Time slowed, and with each powerful attack, Wukong maneuvered with fluidity, as if guided by unseen hands. It was a thrilling yet exhausting exchange of energy, where the stakes soared higher with each passing second. Xuanzang stood firm, watching the battle unfold with a heart full of pride. His faith in Wukong surged, and amidst the chaos, he felt a deeper connection to the monkey who had turned from rebellion to purpose. Longer just companions through their trials, they became brothers in spirit. Desperation rose in the heat of battle. Wukong's resolve crystallized. With the force of his spirit and the wisdom cultivated from their experiences together, he found a moment of clarity. He would not only fight for victory, he would fight for peace, the peace Xuanzang sought to share with the world. Drawing in a deep breath, Wukong summoned the full extent of his magical prowess, intertwining it with the strength of his heart. For a fleeting moment, time seemed to stand still. The air vibrated with raw energy as he executed a powerful maneuver, striking the bull demon king with a force that resonated beyond the physical realm. The demon staggered, chaos transforming into silence, as shock painted its features. That instant of vulnerability, Wukong seized the opportunity. With a final, formidable swing of his staff, he sent the bull demon king reeling backwards, defeated and overwhelmed, echoing the efforts of their journey. Breathless and triumphant, Wukong stood tall, a testament to the deep bond that flourished between him and Xuanzang. The shadows over the valley began to recede, light spilling in to illuminate their surroundings once again. A victory over darkness validated their journey, reaffirming the purpose that lay ahead. They caught their breath. The moon cast a gentle glow upon them, the air tinged with the scent of blooming flowers and the promise of new beginnings. Xuanzang stepped forward, bowing deeply in respect and gratitude for the courage Wukong had shown. More than a mere confrontation, a defining moment in their friendship, a moment where trust blossomed into an unbreakable bond. With their spirits rejuvenated, they resumed their path under the watchful gaze of the stars above. The challenges they faced only strengthened their resolve, propelling them forward, united in purpose. With each step deeper into the unknown, Wukong and Xuanzang found solace in the belief that together, they could confront any darkness that dared cross their path. The journey unfolded before them. They embraced the adventures that awaited, ready to forge a future lit by the strength of their friendship and the promise of a sacred mission. And so, under the vast expanse of the starry night, they walked on, side by side, fueled by the whisper of the winds guiding them towards destiny. Act 7, The White-Boned Demon in the Enigma of Twilight, where shadows whispered secrets and the air was thick with tension. The bond between Sun Wukong and Xuanzang would be tested once more. Their journey through the mystical terrain had unveiled both wonders and perils, yet none would prove as deceitful as the danger that loomed ahead the White-Boned Demon. On a particularly fateful day, amid a grove surrounded by ancient trees, their tranquility was abruptly shattered. The air was cloaked in the sweet scent of blossoms, a deceptive peace that abandoned its innocence as the demon lay in wait. Her cunning mind spun plans under the guise of beauty, ready to ambush the unsuspecting monk. Disguised as an enchanting maiden, she approached Xuanzang, her presence a lure woven from the fabric of longing and vulnerability. With an ever-watchful gaze, sensed the darkness that seeped beneath the sparkling surface. Instinct stirred in him, a voice pleading to be heard. This was no ordinary maiden. His heart raced as he urged Xuanzang to remain vigilant, sharing the unease that knotted within him. Yet Xuanzang, with his generous spirit, could only see the beauty before him, the sweetness of her words wrapping around his heart like tendrils of silk. A white-boned demon's scams danced through the air, shimmering with treachery, discord ringing in the harmony. Despite Wukong's fervent warnings, Xuanzang's compassion blinded him to the lurking danger. He felt torn between the charm of a stranger and the loyalty toward his companion. He wrestled with despair, frustration building like a storm within. His duty was to protect, yet he found himself ensnared in a bind, the very essence of their mission threatened by his inability to convince the monk. As dusk deepened, the demon's true nature unveiled itself. Her form morphed into a grotesque visage, revealing fangs that glinted menacingly in the fading light. He felt a rush of determination swell within him. He could not allow Xuanzang, with his heart so pure, to fall prey to such dark desires. In a frantic moment of chaos, Xuanzang believed Wukong to be the one who had lost his way, casting him aside in confusion. Heartbroken and crestfallen, Wukong withdrew into the shadows, the bond he cherished feeling painfully severed. In silence, he wandered among the trees, grappling with loneliness while the weight of betrayal pressed upon his spirit. Solitude, a flicker of resolve ignited. He could not abandon Xuanzang. He could not let the darkness win. Found determination, Wukong steeled himself and returned to the twisted grove. The demon, reveling in her victory, was momentarily blindsided by Wukong's fierce return. With a swift movement, he wielded his magical staff, the Ruyi Jingu Bang, twirling and striking with remarkable precision. It clashed amidst the dancing shadows, Wukong's heart fueled with the hope of redemption. The battle intensified, fierce winds whipped through the glade, pushing back the darkness that threatened to swallow them whole. Wukong fought bravely, each swing a plea for understanding, each strike a whisper of their forgotten bond. Xuanzang watched, realization dawning as clarity pierced through confusion. Wukong's fierce spirit was a shield, a protector against the true peril that loomed. A breathtaking culmination, Wukong, a warrior transformed by bravery and compassion, finally overpowered the white-bone demon. With a decisive blow, he reclaimed their freedom, banishing the sinister darkness that had sought to trap them in its coils. The aftermath, the grove was illuminated by the rising dawn, restoring tranquility to the land. Xuanzang approached Wukong, his heart swelling with gratitude and respect. There was no longer a shadow of doubt between them. Together, they had triumphed over darkness, their friendship emerging stronger than before. Lessons learned lingered in the air, woven with forgiveness and an understanding of what it meant to stand beside one another. They resumed their sacred pilgrimage. A renewed light guided their path. Both resolved to cherish the bond that had been tested and tempered by tribulation. Their smiles returned, resonating with the laughter of friendship that had once seemed unreachable. Amid the vastness of the world before them, they felt a newfound strength, a force that could conquer not just the challenges ahead, but also the darkness lingering within their hearts. The sacred union of sky and earth. Wukong and Xuanzang continued onward, hand in hand, bring promises of loyalty as they ventured into the dawn. Their destinies together in the tapestry of truth, kindness, and unwavering spirit. The heart of the enchanted valley, where magic intertwined with reality, Sun Wukong and Xuanzang celebrated the sweet taste of victory. They had vanquished the cunning white-bone demon, yet beyond their triumph hovered a shadow, a lingering uncertainty that foretold further challenges on their sacred pilgrimage. The sun surrendering to twilight, the landscape transformed into a canvas painted in hues of violet and indigo, a stark reminder that each victory held the seeds of new trials. It's the beauty of their surroundings. They ventured into an ancient forest, the air alive with whispers of forgotten tales and hidden dangers. Who perceived the weight of their journey, an undercurrent of dread that simmered just beneath the surface. He could feel his instincts sharpening, aware that darkness had a way of creeping in where it was least expected. The further they traveled, the more the world felt alive, pulsing with a mix of enchantment and potential peril. Preamble, the serenity shattered like glass. The ground trembled, and the trees rustled ominously. From the shadows emerged the Bull Demon King, a formidable force whose mere presence commanded attention. Towering and fierce, his eyes sparkled with malice, a clear reflection of his insatiable hunger for power and chaos. The of destruction he left in his wake soared like echoes through the realms, And now he stood before them, a dark specter on their path. Fearless and resolute, the bull demon king issued a mocking challenge, questioning their strength and resolve. He felt an undeniable flicker of defiance ignite within his spirit. The weight of responsibility surged too, as he glanced at Xuanzang and felt the silent vow between them their mission was not only sacred, but it was also a testament to the courage they had cultivated through their journey together. Thunderous roar, the confrontation began. The air thickened with tension as the demon lunged, attempting to force his will upon them. He sprang into action, the Ruyi Jingu bang whirling in his grasp, morphing in size as he moved with grace and agility. Each strike was not just a demonstration of power, but a blend of strategy and hardened echo of the teachings he had absorbed from Xuanzang. They fought. Wukong's intense focus mirrored Xuanzang's unwavering spirit. Stood his ground, silently supporting Wukong with a presence that radiated courage and compassion. Their journey had forged a bond that transcended mere partnership. They were united in purpose, brothers journeying towards enlightenment. Demon King retaliated with brute force, threatening to crush the resolve of the two travelers. Chaos erupted around them. Wukong remembered the balance he had learned. Every blow exchanged was a reflection not just of physical strength, but of their shared belief in compassion over destruction. With each maneuver, he acknowledged the strength within himself that had grown alongside Xuanzang's teachings. In the midst of the tumult, Wukong spotted an opportunity, a brief moment where the demon faltered. It seemed to stretch, and clarity enveloped him. He summoned the depth of his spirit, intertwining strength and wisdom in a single, powerful attack. He drew upon all the lessons learned from his past mistakes and the loyalty he felt for Xuanzang, channeling it into a strike that resonated with purpose. With a decisive swing, Wukong sent the bull demon king staggering back, the dark figure collapsing under the weight of their combined resolve. Silence fell upon the battlefield. Both heroes breathed heavily, aware that they had triumphed over adversity not just through strength, but through their deep-rooted connection and shared ideals. In the aftermath of the battle, Xuanzang approached Wukong, his heart overflowing with gratitude and admiration. He offered respect to the monkey who had risen above his past and fought valiantly for a cause greater than themselves. Their bond had flourished in the fires of conflict, emerging not just as companions but cherished allies intertwined by fate. They continued their path beneath a starlit sky, the valley around them transformed. They carried forward the light of victory, the warmth of friendship illuminating the darkness that once threatened to engulf them. The trials they faced would only deepen their commitment to one another, and together they moved into the uncharted future, ready to confront any darkness that dared cross their paths. That moment, as dawn painted the world anew, Wukong and Xuanzang embraced the promise of their journey ahead. The pilgrimage was not merely about retrieving sacred texts. It was a quest to embody the very values they sought to share with others, a legacy of kindness, compassion, and honor. They walked on, a powerful testament to the strength of their newly forged bond, guided by the unwavering whisper of destiny at their backs. The sunlight crested over the horizon, painting the sky in soft hues of pink and gold. Sun Wukong and Xuanzang stood at the edge of the enchanted valley, the remnants of battle still palpable in the air around them. The defeat of the white-boned demon echoed in their minds, a grim reminder of the trials they had endured together. Despite the remnants of tension, a renewed bond pulsed with vigor between them, entangled within the fabric of their shared bravery. With each step deeper into the valley, the rich scent of blooming flowers swirled around them, welcoming yet heavy with whispers of the past. The shadows of the grove that had once concealed malevolence now danced in playful forms, seemingly in celebration of their victory. Looked at Xuanzang, admiration swelling within him at the monk's unwavering resolve. Together they pressed forward, determined to uncover the wisdom that awaited them on their sacred pilgrimage. As they moved through the woods, the atmosphere shifted. Palpable tension filled the air, crackling with the impending threat that loomed. Peace that enveloped them felt deceptive, and Wukong's instincts whispered warnings of a darkness yet to be revealed. Xuanzang maintained his composure, filled with a quiet strength, encouraging the both of them to draw upon the lessons learned from their past encounters. Suddenly, the ground beneath their feet trembled, and from the shadows, the fearsome figure of the bull demon king emerged, muscles taut and eyes burning with malice. His laughter resonated through the trees, a foreboding melody filled with arrogance, announcing his intent to thwart their sacred mission. He felt the familiar surge of defiance rise within him, igniting the flames of determination in his heart. The bull demon king issued an ultimatum: kneel before his might or face utter annihilation. Anxiety pricked at Wukong, but he saw the serene courage in Xuanzang's expression, which grounded him, reminding him of the true purpose behind their journey. Faced darkness before and emerged stronger, together they would face this threat too. With swift grace, Wukong darted forward, wielding his magical staff, the Ruyi Jingu Bang, with power fueled by the bond they shared. Every swing of his weapon became an extension of his spirit, resonating with the teachings of compassion and the importance of unity. A battle commenced, chaos reigning as the bull demon king lunged with vicious intent. He danced through the fray with agility and finesse, his heart harmonizing with Xuanzang's calm presence. With each clash of wills between them and the demon, Wukong felt more connected to Xuanzang, understanding that their strength lay not just in power, but in the bond that had evolved through adversity. The battle raged on, and the atmosphere crackled with bursts of magic as Wukong and the bull demon king struck and countered. He listened deeply to the whispers of his inner self, battling not just for survival, but for the ideals they cherished. More than defeating darkness, it was a fight for light to prevail, for compassion to shine through even the heaviest shadows. As the struggle reached its peak, the tides began to turn. He executed a brilliant maneuver, redirecting the bull demon king's own force against him. In that intense moment, the demon staggered. With his heart pounding and resolve ignited, Wukong seized the chance to deliver a final, decisive blow. The room shivered under the weight of his strength, and the bull demon king was sent crashing to the ground. Breathless and triumphant, Wukong stood tall, empowered by the journey they had traversed together. The dust settled. Xuanzang approached, his eyes bright with gratitude and respect. Their struggle had blossomed into an unbreakable friendship, forged in the fires of trials and tempered by understanding. The aftermath of victory, Xuanzang reached out, offering compassion to the fallen demon, a testament to the compassion he lived by. Watched in awe as the bull demon king grappled with the weight of revelation and began to understand that redemption was possible, even for him. Dawn broke, spilling light across the valley. Wukong and Xuanzang continued their journey, hearts alight with the strength they had found in each other. A road stretched ahead, dotted with challenges yet unseen, but now they walked united, poised to face whatever darkness lay in wait. Together, they had learned that true power wasn't just in defeating foes, but in uplifting spirits, weaving their stories together with kindness and strength. With resolute hearts, they stepped into the light to embrace whatever adventures awaited them on the path to the west. Spirits intertwined like the roots of the ancient trees surrounding them, bringing promises of hope and camaraderie as they ventured onward into destiny. The sun began to rise higher in the sky, casting its warm, golden rays across the landscape. Sun Wukong and Xuanzang found themselves standing at the threshold of a vast and mystical valley. Their hearts beat in rhythm with the promise of new adventures on the horizon, each step echoing the strength of their unbreakable bond. They had faced untold trials together, but never before had they encountered a foe as formidable as the bull demon king. A lush greenery of the valley belied the danger that lurked beneath its surface. They traversed the gentle slopes and winding paths. Wukong felt a sense of unease settle within him. His intuition whispered of the confrontation to come, urging him to prepare both body and spirit. Xuanzang, walking steadfast by his side, radiated calmness and purpose, unaware of the tempest that awaited them. Their journey soon took them to a dark opening in the mountains, from which palpable tension radiated. The air felt charged, and an ominous stillness engulfed the surroundings. Warning! The ground beneath them shook an unmistakable herald of the bull demon king's arrival. A massive figure emerged from the shadows, a vortex of power and malice, eyes glowing with an insatiable hunger for chaos. Attention peaked as he issued a malevolent challenge, questioning their worthiness to continue on their sacred pilgrimage. His heart pounded fiercely, fueled by both fear and familiarity. A surge of defiance rise within him. He was not just a warrior, he had become a protector, a loyal companion willing to confront any darkness for the sake of his friend. As the bull demon king lunged forward, Wukong sprang into action. He summoned the Ruyi Jingu Bang, his beloved staff, with a snap of his fingers, the weapon morphing in size to suit the demands of battle. Each maneuver was both a testament to his extraordinary skill and a reflection of the wisdom nurtured through his time with Xuanzang. With every swing, he remembered the importance of balance in combat, merging strength with the lessons of compassion he had learned. A battle unfolded in a whirlwind of movement and strategy. He dodged the bull's powerful strikes, countering with calculated precision. He could feel Xuanzang's steadying presence behind him, grounding his thoughts as the chaos swirled around them. Silent support radiated from within, reminding Wukong that this confrontation was about more than mere victory. It was about standing for the light. With determination etched into his every fiber, Wukong began to observe the bull demon king closely, looking for weaknesses among the brute's strength. He realized that this was a battle not just for survival, but for the very ideals they had come to embody. The demon's menacing attacks continued. Wukong felt his resolve crystallize. He would channel every ounce of strength and wisdom into this moment. A pivotal juncture, when the demon showed a hint of vulnerability, Wukong acted decisively. He drew upon the teachings of compassion, weaving them into his fight, a reminder that even darkness could be softened by understanding. With a final, resounding strike, Wukong unleashed a torrent of energy, redirecting the bull demon king's own momentum against him, leaving the formidable foe staggering, bewildered. Silence descended upon the valley. The weight of what had just transpired settled over Wukong and Xuanzang. Triumphed not solely through brute force, but through the harmony of their spirits, bound by the ideals they cherished. Caught a glimpse of the changing expression on the bull demon king's face, a flicker of realization, perhaps even remorse, dancing in the depths of his fierce gaze. Stepping forward, Xuanzang extended a hand, embodying the very compassion that had fueled their journey. He spoke not of vengeance, but of forgiveness, a gesture allowing even the most fallen to rise from the ashes of their mistakes. A bull demon king, once a figure of terror, now stood at a crossroads, challenged to confront the path he had chosen. With the threat vanquished and the heart of the valley illuminated by understanding, Wukong and Xuanzang resumed their journey. They walked side by side, a shared glow of enlightenment guiding their way forward. Their bond, tested in the fires of conflict, had emerged not only intact but more profound than ever. They ventured forth into a world bursting with potential. They understood that this pilgrimage held treasures far greater than the scriptures they sought. Quest for truth, kindness, and the unwavering belief that redemption could bloom, even in the darkest of hearts. Thus, beneath the expanse of a starlit sky, Wukong and Xuanzang strode forward, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead, united in purpose and destined to illuminate the world with their light.